Today we're going to make grape plasma in the microwave. The rum and coke is optional. We start with your average microwave, at least 1,000 watts. This one is, I believe, 1,300. If it has a turntable, you need to take that out. Your average grape, green, plump, and juicy. Cut it this way. Throw away the stem end. Here's the tricky part. Don't cut it all the way through. Leave a little piece attached in the middle like that. Put our little grape in the center. And about 10 seconds. What happens if we trap the superheated gases under a glass? Now, supposedly this makes toxic gas, so we won't breathe it. We'll wait till Sam cooks her Hot Pocket tomorrow.
The hardest part wasn't returning a serve. The hardest part was not letting him know that I knew this. I started to realize he had this weird tick with his tongue. He would go into his rocking motion, his same routine, and just as he was about to toss the ball, he would stick his tongue out, and it would either be right in the middle of his lip or it would be to the left corner of his lip. So if he's serving in the deuce court and he put his tongue in the middle of his lip, he was either serving up the middle or to the body. But if he put it to the side, he was going to serve out wide.
Where does he serve? He's been embarrassed both to the forehand and to the backhand.
So I told Boris about this after he was retired. He about fell off the chair, and he says, I used to go home all the time and just tell my wife, it's like he reads my mind.
Astonishing that anybody can see this heavy backer serve and project it like an arrow.
A physicist with Argonne National Laboratory who uses this gravity-defying technology. We spoke to him to find out how acoustic levitation works and what exactly it's used.
In 1989, American pilots performed what was probably the most spectacular flyby by long-range bombers. During the Cold War, Russian aircraft repeatedly attempted to scout and photograph American ships. As a result, the U.S. launched an exercise in which B-52 bombers played the role of the Russians and tried to scout the aircraft carrier. The latter, in turn, was to detect the threat in time and dispatch interceptors. Once the bombers spotted the carrier, they bragged about it and asked permission for a flyby. The air traffic controller on board said he couldn't spot them anywhere, but the pilots radioed back that he should look down. At an incredibly low altitude, the B-52 sped past the carrier, so low that they even disappeared below the flight deck. The pilots had practiced low-level flights for years in order to fly undetected under Soviet radar, and now they showed what they were capable of. When asked if they should come around again, all the sailors enthusiastically answered yes, and this time everyone had their cameras pulled out, creating these unique pictures.